Okay, question 1. We have 8 questions here, but these are all word problems. And our first couple, we actually need to plug the values into the equation. So how long will it take $500 to double if it is invested at 8% interest compounded semi-annually? So the key word here is semi-annual. So that means twice per year. And that means we're going to use our standard interest formula, which is A equals P1 plus R over N times T. So the N is how many times per year, the number per year that it's compounding. So for our example, N is 2, semi-annual, twice per year. So let's go look at our other stuff. P is the initial deposit, also called the principal. That's why it's a P. And we're given that number. We're depositing $500. And A is the amount after interest. So it's our ending amount, which it didn't tell us the exact number, but we know what it is. We're trying to get $500 to double. So what will A be after? Double 500, it's going to be 1,000. Okay, R is the interest rate, and it's 8%, but we have to write that as a decimal, not a percentage. So remember, your rate is a decimal. I'll write it right here. And to get that, we take the decimal place. Right now it's 8.0%. We take that decimal place and we move it back twice and fill in the gap with a 0. So R is actually 0.08 when we put it in our formula. N is the same number of times per year. And last one is T is for time in years. And that's what we're actually trying to find. How long? We're trying to find time. So I'm going to go plug everything into our equation. A is 1,000. P is 500. 1 plus R is 0.08. N is 2. And then 2 times T. So notice we're solving for a variable that's an exponent. That's because we're in the logarithm sections. We know how to do that now. So let's start by, I'm going to simplify this part. 1 plus 0.08 divided by 2. So that's 1.04. So I have 1,000 equals 500. 1 plus 0.04. And I don't need the 1 anymore. It's just 1.04 to the power of 2t. Okay. So now we need to get t by itself. So first thing, remember, we need to isolate the exponent. So I'm going to divide both sides by 500. 1,000 divided by 500 is 2. Remember, we were doubling. I have 1.04 to the 2t. Okay, different bases. We have 2 and 1.04. So do you remember how to solve these? It's from 1.2. We take log base 10, or the common log of both sides. So I have log 2 and then log of 1.04 to the 2t. Once we have a logarithm, we can use the power property and bring down that 2t. So I have 2t times log of 1.04. Last step is to get t by itself. This is all being multiplied, so we're going to divide everything by 2 log of 1.04. Same thing over here. So now t's by itself, and this is what goes in our calculator. I forgot a 0 there. So log 2 And I can just type log because I'm using the common log. Divided by 2 times log of 1.04. And then let's see if it tells us some rounding. Round to the nearest hundredth. So that's 2 numbers after the decimal, 8.84. Because of that 6, it's going to make us round. So 8.84 years to double our money.